everyone. Welcome to the Honey Flow Show. Every Wednesday, I have my talk show. I'm really excited to bring on the next guest. He's done so many incredible things, you guys, from touring the world with Rock the Bells to also, being a part of a comedy tour that also travels the world, Kingbach Comedy Tours, and, meeting and also managing Wale back in the day and doing some producing too. We're going to get into it. I found it really interesting him producing beats as well. There's nothing that this guy can't do. I love his shows, and just they're a lot of fun and just bringing people together. You could tell he's a true music lover, so it's going to be really interesting to hear some of the work he's done and his experiences, his life experiences, and his musical experiences as well. So let's bring him in, the one and only DJ Alizay. He's one of my favorite shows too, definitely on Twitch, definitely digging his vibe and just him having, fun when he does his shows. You could really tell that. So let's bring him in all the way from DC, and we're definitely going to get into his musical journey and his experience both online and offline. So let's bring him in right now.
Hello.
Hello. How you
Hi.
doing?
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thanks for coming through. I appreciate it
For
as
sure.
well.
Thank you for having me.
For sure. We got Queen's G Hurl, is it? And or
Nah,
girl,
Queen's girl.
girl.
That's my mom.
Queen's girl. Oh my gosh. I always mash up names bad.
That's my
Queen's
mom.
girl. Oh, that's
Yeah,
your
that's my mom.
mom. Aw. That's awesome. Is she in DC
Yeah,
too?
she's in Baltimore. But yeah, they've been in Baltimore for like 2 years now, but she's from Queens, and she her and my dad moved down to DC, I think 80, or I was a baby. I was born in 80. I think they moved down there maybe like early 80s, something like that.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
So
so
Baltimore.
that's how I ended up being in DC. I was born in New
Nice.
York.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that when you left New York.
Hmm. Oh,
So
I was a baby.
you were just a baby then. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever go back to New York? I think you do traveling, right?
Well,
And
I live in New York now. I live in Brooklyn. That's where I'm
oh,
at.
oh, you live in Brooklyn.
Literally where I stream is from Brooklyn.
Oh, okay. I thought you
Yeah.
were still in DC, so that's good to know as well.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, this girl Xtina is already laughing at me for mashing up names. I need to get
Hey,
glasses.
Christina.
I need to get
Three-time flame.
glasses. Three-time flame. We
How
got
do you
Junior.
say I chow? How do you say that?
It's Junior. He's my mod.
All right,
So
Junior.
yeah, Junior, you gotta change your name. Everyone thinks you're Al Chow. See? Who else is coming through? Lex
Lex.
Diamonds, good to see you. Thanks for coming through too and helping me. Appreciate it. So I'm just curious too, like where did your love? I know I was looking at your bio earlier, but where did your love originally come from for music? It seems like you have a huge musical family too.
Oh, yeah, it came from my family, my dad, um, my uncles. My dad is one of 13, right? So they are from Queens. So New York, they're all, around the same. I mean, so they're all born in like the early 50s to like the mid 60s. So they were like around when hip hop came about, they were, I think, the youngest might have been 10. So when hip hop came about in 73 and, leading into the 80s, they were all, 17, 18, 19, 20. So just think, 13 children.
Wow.
And you got to think they all had kids, but I wasn't the first uh, nephew, grandson. I think it might have been like three or four. But when my dad had me, I was born in 1980. So, I remember being, 12. I mean, I remember being, 2, 3 years old in house parties, you know, literally like in the basement and like people just walking by me. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know it was a house party. You know what I'm saying? So it's like music was just imagine me at 2 being around. I remember hearing like Shaka Khan. That's why I still love it to this day. Shaka Khan. What's her big song? Ain't Nobody. That's
Hmm.
I remember being a baby hearing that. I do.
Wow.
And to this day, when I hear that record, it like, I don't know, it just does something to me.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, your parents must be so proud too of all your accomplishments and everything
They are.
you've
They
over
are.
the years. Were they always supportive too? Like, because it's hard to switch over. I don't, switch over, say, a normal job to being a creative, like a
Yeah, I
creative.
never really had a normal job. So
Wow.
yeah, so my parents, my mom and my dad, you know, I think they realized, you know, I remember coming home from school and I used to know rap songs before I knew my homework, you know. So I think they kind of knew like, damn, he loves this. But once I started DJing and they started so I'm in the basement right now. You can see like my ceiling. I can literally touch the ceiling. I've always been my DJ setup has always been in the basement. So
Okay.
growing up in Hyattsville is in PG County, which is in Maryland. Um, Hyattsville, big shout out to my boy Big Black Block. He grew up. He was in the basement with me like during these times I'm talking about. So I imagine 92, 93, 94. I'm 13, 14 years old. I got turntables, everything. But imagine just the noise it was making in the house. That's so my parents, just that alone, they were the fact that they were okay with the noise meant that they were okay with everything because the noise was it was every day. I
Mhm.
practiced, I
Wow.
literally when I tell you I practice, you know how you hear 10,000 hours? Like, I mean, I feel like I eclipsed that, like I put the I put the time in. So my parents were supportive, like when I graduated high school. So I started DJing in 92. I was 12. I graduated high school in 98. So that was 6 years of like, I mean, when I tell you sharpening my, I was sharpening my sword. So by the time I graduated, you know, of course, where you going to go to school, this and that and the third. But in my mind, I'm like, I'm ready for this. And that's how, I ended up getting on the radio in 1999. But I only had really, I tell people I only had real two jobs in my life. And that was, I used to, I had an odd job with my best friend Ash. We had to like go to like the most ghettoest apartments and pick up like carpet. So it was
Mhm.
like piss, cat piss, dog piss
Wow.
carpet. But that was I was like 15 years old, 16, and then I had another job, work study, working uh, at NIH. NIH is the National Institution for Health, but I was doing like clerical work. So that was from 17 to 19. I got on the radio at 19, and when I tell you, I never look back. Never look back. So, my parents were very supportive in that being that they let me they let me practice in the house when, I could have, they could have been the parents to be like, no, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Turn that down.
Exactly.
But just that alone gave me a push.
Yeah, that's amazing, and it's
Big
very,
shout out to
very
everybody in the chat too.
yeah, it's very rare, so shout out to, Queen's girl, like, your
Yeah, my
mom.
mom. My
Of
mom is
course,
like
Big Black,
my,
Block.
my mom is like a music mom, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's
Like,
awesome. Does she go to your shows a lot? Like
oh, she comes to I mean, so Twitch, yes, she's at every show. But when I'm
mhm.
out doing stuff, she can't make it to the shows that, of course that's not in the DMV. But if I'm in the DMV, normally she's there.
Oh, that's so awesome. Yeah, you never know what a child or what a kid could become, right? So it's
You
always
know.
good to encourage whatever that they love doing. And going back to your radio experience, like for all you guys that don't know, I come from a radio background, so I know how tough it is to get in radio. So for him, he was one of the youngest, being at age of 19 to be on Radio One's 93.9 WK Wise in DC.
Yeah,
So,
WKYS.
YS, yes, in
Hmm.
DC.
Hmm.
So, what
Yes,
was
yes.
that like being the youngest, being on 93.9 in DC as well?
So that was radio is not something that I thought that I didn't I didn't know if it was going to be a part of my journey as a DJ, but I knew it. I knew at that time of life, radio was, that was 1999. Radio still meant a lot, and to be on the radio at that time was big. So to be that young and to be around the guys that I grew up listening to, um, it was good. It was eye opening. I learned a lot. I got to see how, when you're a DJ stepping into the radio field, you especially this is records. So that, you're looking at how people organize their records. You're looking at, you know, how they set up their turntables, their style. It's a lot to take in, you know, and it's certain DJs, but DJ Iron and DJ CeeLo were like the two guys that like, I mean, if I could say I'm like if they're like a small percentage of me, they're probably like a 30 to 35%. I took so much from them, you know what I'm saying? From how I mix, just how I touch the faders, little stuff I picked up from just watching them. So, to be that young, it was my college, I didn't really I didn't go to college. My college was going to radio.
Oh, wow. Did you ever have any opposition? Because I know radio, just like entertainment, is fairly competitive. So, did you ever have any guys or anyone say like, you're not going to get a spot or don't bother, or like just anything, any opposition come your way?
Always. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I always use that as fuel, you know what I'm saying? So whenever somebody tells me I can't do something, it's like, what? You know, my friend in the chat, Big Black Block, tells a story about when we were going to this is before I was DJing in the clubs. We would go to the club and it was one time where like the bouncer wouldn't let me in because I had on, I don't know, I think I had on like Nike boots, but it was like before Nike boots were kind of like the thing. So he was like,
Mhm.
yeah, you can't get in with those. And my friend, and I don't remember this, but my friend says that I told him, don't worry, I'm gonna be back here DJing. You know what I'm saying? And I told the guy that, and literally, I
Wow.
came back and I was like the DJ, and like, dude, he ended up, dude ended up becoming, when I say my best friend, he wasn't my best friend, but he was like my friend after that. So I always, I would try to give my tape to certain like guys who were managing the big DJs at the time. I would give them my tape, and guys were literally like, it's the same thing. It's a story you hear. They like take the tape. God knows what they do with the tape. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he threw it away, but it's like all that stuff that happened. I knew my talent. You know what I'm saying? And I knew that for my age in DC that nobody else was as good as me. I knew that because I I had been around. I had been out to all the spots. I played basketball. I would be out in different places, and there was no DJs in DC. You had go-go music. So I was like kind of like, if I was 18, 19 years old, imagine being the only DJ in like 100-mile radius that age.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
So everything from all the schools, the colleges, I did all the parties. High schools, I did. I literally, once my name got out there, it was like, yo, we got to get this guy. He's young, he knows everything. It was like, and I just hit the road running.
Did you ever work with like, a DJ like agency, or were you always independent
Always
or
independent. I was I
oh,
was
that's
always,
good.
yeah. I
Yeah.
I wish I could have been. That's something that I look back on, but being coming from DC, it was no infrastructure for that.
Oh, okay. But there's tons of DJs now, right, in
No, for
DC?
sure.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. It's definitely tons, but this is a different era we're talking. We're talking the late '90s, early
Yeah, the
2000s.
90s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was different.
for sure. So, hey, everyone coming through, I see you guys, DJ Camouflage.
Pops, what's up, Pops?
Yeah, everyone else
My
coming
dad is
through.
Zayreek.
Oh, which one? Who's your dad? I'm gonna try to see.
Zayreek 56.
Oh, right here. Oh, this is your dad. Oh, nice. Okay, so you got your dad and your mom in the room. So this is his mom, you guys, Queen's girl,
Yep.
and Awesome. And this is his dad here. And I saw a few other people that slipped in the door too.
Oh yeah, Chris
Uh,
Camouflage, Jay
yes,
Jonah.
Jay Jonah, Dear Maud with Junior of
I love my
mine.
man Jay Jonah, man. Good
Yeah,
dude.
he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Three-time Flame.
3-time
And
flame. Yep.
who else? I saw it. Oh,
La Femme,
DJ.
DJ La Femme the Gym.
Yes. I think she's in your area. I think. I could be wrong. I
I
thought
think
she
La
was in
Femme. Where do you
Brooklyn.
live, La Femme? But she. I watch her stream too. She, female DJ. Always try to support the female DJs, give them encouragement. Come and say hi, listen to the mixes.
Yeah, and we appreciate that. We definitely do. I mean, there's a lot of female DJs
Mhm.
on Twitch, like hundreds, but
Mhm.
like when we hit every city of ours, there's very few of us in every single
Yes,
city.
you're right.
So I always try to do my best to support the ladies. Yeah, whereabouts are you from? You might be in his area because he's in Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, I'm in Brooklyn.
DJ Lefin the Gem. Now,
Yeah,
when did you actually move to Brooklyn too?
May 2020. My wife says April. I says May, but 2021.
Oh, so fairly recent then.
Yeah,
Wow. How are you like it? How are you guys liking the changes moving
I
there?
love New York.
Yeah?
Yeah, I almost feel like why wasn't I here before?
Oh. What made you decide to take that leap? I'm curious because that's a big leap from DC
Well, you
as
gotta
well.
understand. I was in LA from 2015 to 2020.
Mhm.
So the real leap was from DC to LA.
Okay. Yeah.
Once I did that, I'm like everything else. I don't know. It's not any. The hard leap was DC to LA, and the person that kind of helped me in that was Biz Markie. Biz Markie was like, he was like, man, he was like DC, like he's like, you can always come back here. You know what I'm saying? So once I made the jump to LA, like, because when I went out to LA, I had to really kind of start from, I had to start from nothing. I had to go meet people and see what spots I wanted to DJ in and go meet those people. And it was like I had to literally start over. And then once I did that, I'm like, oh man, like not that it's easy, but it's nothing to be afraid of. Just going to going city to city.
It just
So
takes an area of boldness though. Not everyone does that. So I always admire that people willing to just move and travel and do those things.
yeah, I
But you've traveled the world, like, you really have traveled, quite a bit.
yeah.
Going back to Bismarcky, since you mentioned him as well, I know you mentioned him that he was a mentor of yours. How
Mhm.
did you guys, get together or link up, you and Bismarcky?
We linked because we were next to each other a lot. That's by proximity. So he would come to the DJ mixer meetings at the radio station. You know how you have like the mixer meetings and
Yeah.
stuff. They talk
Mhm.
about new records. So he would always, because he lived in Bowie. Bowie is in Maryland. It's in PG County. I told you PG County. So think when I say Maryland, don't think Baltimore. Think more DC.
Okay, yeah.
So that's like the DMV. So he lived in the area, and he would always come. He always had a relationship with the radio station. He always come and say what's up. I always known him in passing, but he would come to the mixer meetings, and you know, it's 15, 16 DJs at these meetings, and somehow we wouldn't always be next to each other, but we would sometimes be across next, but certain DJs would bring records in to play, and some of the records that would get played, you know, you know how you got to do like a vote almost, and the record would get played, and me and him will always look at each other whether we liked the record or we didn't like it. So that was kind of like the first where it's like in my mind I'm like, damn, like this is weird. It's one of the things where you're like, is this really about to grow into something? So, we would like make, it would literally be like eye contact and be like, damn, like these people are tripping, you know what I'm saying? And then that kind of went from like, hey man, you want to get lunch? And so this is like 2009, 2010, and you want to get lunch, and then start getting lunch, and then it progressively grew into a relationship. Um, and I left radio in 2011, which was crazy because I'm 31. I thought I was old at the time. This I legitimately thought that 30 years old, I thought it was old. And when I left radio, it was hard for me to leave because everybody thought I was crazy. They was like, "Man, what are you doing?" I was, I was really considered to still be kind of in my prime. I was doing
Mhm.
5 o'clock mix shows, clubs. I mean, I was doing everything. I just got burnt out. And Biz was like, he was like, man, he was like, radio needs you. You don't need radio. He was like, I'm a fan of you because you dope. I ain't a fan of you because you on the radio. And I was like, dang. So that was kind of my first leap, of like I was afraid to do that, honey flow. I was scared to leave radio. Like it had become literally a part of me, like I've been on
Mhm.
there for 11, 12 years. Like, you know, and it's funny because I left, but I look back at certain people on the radio and I see that they can't leave because it's truly a part of who you are,
Yeah,
you
for
know?
sure. Definitely.
And when I left, of course I had to deal with like, certain like club promoters, certain people who kind of looked at me like, oh, you ain't hot no more. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like I left, but to them, it's like I might as well got fired.
Mhm.
So that's when Bisbee kind of came. Like when I tell you, like I had to lean on him just to get confidence because everybody else in DC would look at me like I was tripping, and he look at me like, "Man, you gonna be all right. You gonna be all right." And I'm like, "How the hell am I gonna?" I'm not saying this to him, but I'm like, "How the hell am I gonna be all right?" You know,
Yeah.
but you know, being all right was just knowing that, man, like it's more stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's so much more out here to do and conquer. But it's like sometimes you get into that sinkhole just being in your city.
Exactly, and comfortable. So what made you decide to leave radio, and what was your plan after, like, leaving
It was,
a strong position like that? Like, what was
to
your
be
plan?
honest, there was no plan. I just knew that I got burnt out and I didn't like where it was going. So the stuff that I had did with Wale on the radio, from discovering him and making him hot and everything. They, 2011, I told you I left, or 2010 to 2011, they came up with like a new employee handbook, and it was literally like a section in there for DJs, and they literally said that you can't you can't break an artist, you can't make no more artist stars. When I read that, I literally, I felt like they were talking to me, and I was just like, you know what, I can't do this no more. You know what I'm saying? It was a part of my journey in life, but it wasn't going to be the end of my journey. You know what I'm saying? So for me, leaving, like I said, when I left, people that were in radio, some of them looked at me like it was literally like, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but it was literally like being being a slave and saying, "Come on, man, I'm about to leave," and the slaves are like, "Nah, what are you doing?" You know what I'm saying? Like, don't leave. Like, we good here. And that's what it felt like to me. And I was just like, man, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? And leaving was it was hard, man. Like I went through like a little bit of like depression, you know what I'm saying? Because every day for 12 years, I was on the radio. On some only day I was off was Sunday, and to just go from doing that and then to stop, it was really hard. But I'm a DJ and people want good DJs, and I had to, pick myself up and figure that out.
Yeah, and radio could, like, just like any organization or corporate structure, it could start becoming about profit and advertising, and
Yes.
you have to play the top 40 saturated tracks that you may not like. I feel like that can kind of kill the soul of, like, a true music lover too, especially if you're a DJ. Like, it
And you
doesn't
see
matter
me
how
on
much
Twitch,
money
you
you're
see it,
getting.
you see how
Exactly.
much music, I mean, I don't want to be placed in a box
Mhm.
musically. I want to be able to go as far left as I can and as far right as I can. And if I want to be in the middle, I'm in the middle. But it's like, don't think that, I'm just going to just be, oh, you know, and that's what I felt like with radio. I felt like I was literally becoming, I felt like I was becoming already like that radio guy. And I'm like, this is not me. This is not me. I'm telling y'all, I'm not this guy.
That's true. So did you take a lot of time after you left radio, or did
So
opportunities come to you, or did it take a while?
so I left radio in 2011. Now, mind you, I've always been relationship driven, you know what I'm saying? So I tell you, it's certain people that was looking at me crazy, but there was other people like, yo, I got this spot. What you trying to do? You know what I'm saying? So I ended up doing this spot in DC called Recess. And Recess was like, when I tell you, it was literally like 2 blocks away from the White House. You could see the White House from like, so it was like, it was one of those spots where like nobody, if you go to DC, you're not DJing nowhere near the White House, you know? So I saw that as an opportunity. It was a small spot, but and this was before the small spots got popping, you know. Now small spots are normal, but this is like, you know. So for me, this spot was going to be the spot that I was going to. It was. I said, you know what, Zay? It's going to be once a week, but you're going to, you know, when I put my mind on something, I'm going to make this party the best party, and it became the best party in DC. That party is how I met the president, Barack Obama's folks. They would like they would come to that spot, and I'm killing it, I'm killing it, and his people come up to me like, "Oh my God, we love you. Um, would you want to DJ for Obama?" I'm like, I look at them like, hold on, this is how I look at them. I looked at them like this. I looked at them like this. Excuse me.
That's hilarious.
So,
Oh my gosh.
so I looked at them like, are you kidding me? No, I'm like, man, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no way I'm about to be DJing for the president. They come back. This is every Saturday. They come
Yeah.
back like, listen, give us your info. We got to do a background check. So the background check took about, 2 weeks. They come back like, you look fine. Do you want to do this? I'm like, well, now what am I doing? So this was his second inauguration in Chicago. Um, so this was he got elected 2000. Yeah, so it was I think 2000. This might have been 2011, 2000. So hold on, I can tell you.
2012, you
Yes,
spun for him. Yeah.
because my best friend died 2011. That was literally I remember this coming up. All right, so they flew me to Chicago. Big shout to Jay Manning here, Jay Jones, Chicago, and it's thousands of people here, Honey Flow. Like it's
It's crazy.
So mind you, lead up to that, I find out that I'm getting a gig. Who do you think I go to? Who's the one person I've been going to this whole time? Biz.
What, Bismarcky?
Yes,
Biz? Yeah? Okay.
I'm like Biz. I got a DJ for Obama. He's like, where? In Chicago. He's like, you know what you're gonna play? I'm like, hell no. I I had no clue what I was gonna play. Biz is like, I'm gonna make you a folder. Biz made me a folder. I still have it to this day. This folder, I played. It was like Motown, Steppers, a little bit of like house, kind of like but it was Chicago. I played from this set at the function, and this old white guy came up to me with a cane. Old white guy had to be 70 with a cane. Like he was like, man, and this is when Obama's speaking now. He come up to me like, man, I would I much rather hear you DJ than hear the president speak, man. He was like, you would jam
Really?
me.
That's hilarious.
So that, but just think of these moments that I'm going to Biz for, and he's, I mean, when I tell you he's like truly helping me, you know what I'm saying? Like, here, take this folder, use that. And think about what that does when I come back from that and the photo worked. He's looking at me like, how was it? He was like, he's like, how was it? I'm like, it was crazy. He's like, man, he's like, I ain't gonna never tell you nothing that I wouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? So it was like the relationship just kept getting stronger, stronger.
Mhm.
So everything he would tell me to do, I would go do it. And I would, essentially I would come out on top or whatever that was. So it was making me look at him like, man, like and it's crazy because that he's not around no more. But I thought that he would just be around, forever.
Mhm. Yeah.
So now, me being on Twitch, what you see me doing on Twitch is what me and Biz do. It was just a lot of practice, and there'd be
Mhm.
a lot of jokes and fun and just, you know what I'm saying? Just we just made it fun. And that's why I like to me DJing. I have to make DJing fun in order for me to I can't be bored on here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. And you do have an original show. So that is such an incredible story. It kind of just proves you never know who's watching and who's in the
Never.
room. So it's like you guys imagine like just think about it, and it was 2012 when he spun for President Obama, you guys. President Obama, his first fundraiser, right? So that
Yes.
was the question I
First,
was going to
yes.
ask you how that connection happened, but you answered my question, which I think is truly amazing. So you never know who's in the room. So what advice would you give to someone, even if they're small, or say they're a smaller streamer or a smaller or startup DJ, like, because you never know who's in the room and who's watching you, and especially you come from radio, you've been doing large stages across the world. There's so much in your bio that was so fascinating when I was going through it.
Hmm.
But what advice would you give someone in the room that kind of thinks, whatever, I'm just doing a show kind of for myself, like no one's really watching, or what advice
Whoa.
would you give to them, or
So
streamers that could be a bit discouraged as well, too?
so, you know, as a DJ, when I did radio, I didn't know my significance in radio until I left radio. I would DJ in a room, and the room was, 5 by 10 feet. So to be on Twitch now, cameras, I got different angles. It's like I tell, smaller streamers or, anybody who is really trying to do this, practice. Don't, everything that, all my different stuff that you see me pressing, I'm practicing before I get on doing it. So practice and DJ like DJ like there's 500 people in the room. Don't just because you get on and it's 8 people, in your room, treat it like it's 500. You know what I'm saying? Treat it like, and I know it sounds easier, but it's like just act like you have more people in your room. You know what I'm saying? And for me, when I first got on Twitch, I wasn't worried about the numbers. You know what I'm saying? Because in my mind, I treat it like I treat it like it's the spot I did in DC Recess, or I treat it like the spot I did in LA called the Dime. And I would go to these spots and they would ask me, what night do you want? I want Tuesday night. And people would look at me like, Tuesday? Why the hell do you want Tuesday? Nobody's coming out Tuesday. Okay. All right, cool. That's what you think. Give me 2, 3 months. Those 2, 3 months, you're like, whoa. And it's such a dope thing to go from zero. All right, let's say you go from 0 to 25 people in your room. I- Isn't that progress? So now you got 25. Now 40 doesn't seem so far. You know what I'm saying? 60 doesn't seem so far after that. 80, and then it's like next thing you got 150 people in your room, and it's like, you know, DJ like D, DJ get on your tables and DJ like Obama's looking at you.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Obama puts out his 50, his 50 top tracks every year. He loves music.
Yeah, he's
He
a huge music head, Obama.
DJ like, and you never know who's connected to who to get you to wherever you're trying to go. You know, everybody, we're all connected, whether we know it or not. We even on Twitch. I never met you, Honey Flow, but I guarantee you, when we meet and we talk, we're gonna be like, damn, like, oh, whoa, like, it's probably certain people that we like. It's just we have a lot of stuff that we have in common, but it's just really just figuring that out. And when you DJ, don't be afraid to take chances. People, people can feel. People don't come to Twitch for radio. People come to Twitch to hear what you have to play and what is inside of you. And it's like I always tell people, what is it? Dig deep and play what is inside of you,
I love
whatever that
that.
is.
That's so awesome. I definitely love it. You're encouraging me right now just listening to you. I think that's and so many people I'm sure in this room too. We got Mimi Berry, DJ Mad
Mimi
Live,
Burry,
Charmaine, the villain.
Charlemagne, DJ Mad Live. Is Twomp in here?
Yeah, I think I saw Tom. If you want to do some shout outs, by all means, you're really
Oh,
good at you
hey,
never miss
Twomp,
anyone.
Mad Live, Ursula. Wow. Hold on. Let me turn the echo on. Man, listen. Jay Jonas, Christina, Camouflage, Lex Diamonds. Come on, y'all. We here, man. Oh, Olga Iris.
DJ
Our big
Jonas.
sister, Lex Diamonds.
We're gonna have an echo battle.
Mama, big black.
Lex Diamond. DJ Jonas. Thank you for the sub. Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate that. Supporting my show.
Team. Oh, wow. Team up. What up, team up?
Oh, DJ Elegance too in the building.
Elegance. Sorry, DJ Elegance.
Chris Camouflage. Now I'm curious because I noticed watching your show, you don't miss one person. I could only have maybe 20 people or 30 or 40 people in my room, and I miss so many people. How do you not miss anyone? Like, are you always looking at your TV or a monitor? Because you don't miss anyone.
There is a monitor right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I watch people like Twomp, Prodigy. I'm thinking about people who I'm like, damn, how are they? When I first got on Twitch, I'm like, how are they reading these chats?
Yeah.
And thanks to my mods, Lex. So when people come in, I'm usually trying to see when they come in, but also I'm looking at the shot. It's so much going on. But I feel like I'm getting better and better at it. I don't
you're
feel like
very
I'm
good at it.
Yeah,
I don't feel like I'm
good. I don't feel like I'm 100% at it. I feel like I'm like 75.
No, I
80.
was watching you today, like really, really taking notes. I'm like, he has not missed one person that has come in, which is unbelievable to me. Like even when you do your little videos, which I love too, welcoming everyone, you're
Hold
like,
up,
is that you?
Honey Flow come in the chat like Vic.
I probably look like that. I'm only 5'1", so I probably do look like that. You can fit me in a card.
Miss Riz, is that
you? I like when he does that. It's hilarious. I am only 5'1", so I do kind of look like that in a little way, but I bark like that too.
Oh man.
We got Miss Riz. We missed
we all come in the chat,
we got
some way.
Is it team up? Team up?
Team up, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say T-Mop. See what I mean? I mash up names. We got Marcia in the building too.
Marcia, no Brady.
I see you
DJ
too.
Prodigy's in here too, my brother.
Oh, where's Prodigy? We got Tip Neal in the building. Oh, Prodigy. Prodigy just coming in.
Hold up. Tip Neal said she can't get no work done trying to see how people come in the chat. Hey, man. I
like it. It's hilarious. How many videos do you actually have for people's entrances?
I mean, it's a lot.
You probably have like 50 or more.
No more. It's maybe like 100, maybe close to 100, maybe a little over. But I rotate. I take stuff out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love it. It's fun. Do you use like a video box? I was wondering about that too, because you're kind of flipping through videos quite quickly. And then
I'm using
fading
my
in,
iPad.
fading out. Really?
I have the iPad, but it is the Stream Deck app.
Oh, I thought you were using some Stream Deck. I don't know what it's called,
So
those
hold on, watch this.
boxes. Okay.
So watch this.
Do you have DJ Jonah's video, dancing video? I was
Yes,
curious
I
about
do.
that.
So
I
look,
want to see him. Oh, so that's kind of like the box, isn't
yeah,
it? Oh,
yeah.
wow. So do you have
So
to,
watch this.
is
Watch
that
this.
free or you have to pay for
Yeah,
it?
yes.
We're
That
learning.
I think the app might be like $2.99 a month.
Oh, okay.
So
Wow.
Jay Jonah, look, Jay Jonah come in the chat like this. Look.
That's really him, you guys. DJ Jonah, my mod. Oh my gosh, I need that video. That's hilarious.
Yes,
Wow, look at you. Jonah's so smooth.
yes.
He said he
So,
could step dance. I wasn't sure if,
so yeah, this is literally my device.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, so you just press different ones?
Yep.
How do you keep up though? Like, because you don't, I didn't see you play the same video over. Or do you sometimes play videos over, like
Yeah,
on
I
a show?
mean, s- some people love certain ones, so I know
Mhm.
kind of which ones. But certain people have certain ones I only do. Like J Man, J Man, he only comes in on a horse. Well, a broom. Have you seen J Man's?
No, I haven't seen
So
his.
this is J Man. J Man comes in like,
I like when you do it. It's cute.
look,
You're like,
this is
"Is
how
that
J Man
you?"
comes in. Look.
That's so funny. I'm like, "Is that you?" Where did you come up with the idea to just do this? I think you're
Um,
the
so
original. No one else
so
is doing something like what you're doing.
so when I came to Twitch January 22, like the end of 21, at the end of 21, like, you know, what really brought me to Twitch is I got uh these guys tried to carjack me
Okay.
Thanksgiving Eve. That's what made me be like, hold up. I almost lost my life. I was like, I need to get on Twitch. That's what I thought. As crazy as that sounds, it's crazy. I almost lost my life. I'm like, I need to go to Twitch. So when I came to Twitch, I'm looking, I'm going to people's chats, you know, and I'm going in and saying hi. And I'm like, damn, like people missing me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying hi, they're not saying hi back. Like, man, I'm like, in in my world, when people, in my world, when I come into Twitch, I want, I'm coming in like a dog or, coming in. So it's like, I love animals. I
Mhm.
love dogs. And I wanted to, I think my first one might have been, this is my first one. My first one was this right here.
It's so cute.
Yes. These two was my first ones. And people just, when I did it, people loved it. And I'm like, you know what? I think this could work, and it's like I got certain people that send me stuff. Jonah sends me stuff all the time on IG. Molly Party sends me stuff. DB Band. It's certain people that send me stuff, and I literally scour Instagram looking for stuff, and I'm like, "Ooh, this looks good." You know what I'm saying? And I play it. People. Lex sent me this right here. Lex is like, "Use this."
I like that's a good one, Lex.
I,
I like
I
it.
think I think Lex might have sent me this one too, but
That's
yeah, it's
hilarious.
like, and then, big shout to my mods. Marcia will send me stuff. So it's like people send me stuff and I send it to my email. And then when I get at the computer, I download it, I put it to the side, and I'm like, I start figuring out where do I want to put it.
Yeah, no, I like it. It's definitely original,
No, thank you.
That's for sure. So did you know about DJ Jonah again. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much for
much
the
for the
gift
gift
sub.
sub.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you. So make sure you guys, for the one person in the room that doesn't know DJ Alizay, I know there's only one, probably not. I'm pretty sure everyone in the room knows you, but for the one person that doesn't, make sure you guys are following DJ Alizay. Hopefully, it's coming up in my StreamYards. He does an amazing show again. Going through his bio was like unbelievable. There's so much to cover. He also did Rock the Bells, so traveling, pretty much all over the world. And I'm just actually trying to look at, yeah. So actually, if you want to kind of talk about how Rock the Bells happened for you as well, and just touring with all the legends that we play, like Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul,
De
you name
La.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did Rock the Bells
So
happen?
that's something that it came across the table with me and Wale. Me and Wale, this is I think this had to be 2008. Um, you know, he was still considered a new artist, and but he was big, the biggest artist in DC, one of the biggest artists on the East Coast, and they were like, do y'all want to do Rock the Bells? And me and him we looked at each other, looked at the at the lineup, and we were like, how the hell are we not going to do this? Um, so doing that, getting to meet, De La Soul, Maceo. I remember, getting to talk with Maceo. Um, Rest in peace to Dave from De La. I remember I remember just some of these people when you're around them, you're not really conversating, but just feeling their energy. His energy was real good, real calm, mellow. Um, uh, J Electronica. This is before anybody really knew about him. Um, MF Doom, Tribe. You said Busta. I remember doing a New York City show, and New York City show was crazy at Jones Beach, and young Wale is like, Zay, come back here, man. Meet. He's like, Zay, come with me. We got to meet Jay Z. I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about, man? So, he's taking me backstage. We go, we end up in a room, and it's Jay Z. Imagine me and him just come into a room. He opened the door. We come into a room. It's Jay Z, Beyonce, Nas, Khalees, uh, some but it's just like eight, 9 people, and me and Wale just come, and they're looking at us like this. We come in the room, and they're looking at us like this.
That is crazy.
They're like, "What are y'all doing here?" And but
Wow.
it's moments like that where like Rock the Bells was one of those things where like it's just it. Of course, it's great to be around those people, but
Hmm.
it's also great to go on that stage and have to play and fight through your nervousness and
That's what I was gonna ask you. Were you nervous, like, when you walked in the room and you see, like, Beyonce, Jay-Z, all these
I was
artists?
to be honest, I wasn't nervous with that because I didn't know. If I'd
Mhm.
have known, I don't think I would even walked in. But I'm nervous. It's crazy. I'm nervous when I get on Twitch. When I hit stream, I'm like, oh man, like, whoo, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, I've always been nervous when it's time to hit record. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not a nervous of like I'm scared. It's a nervous just of just like, you know, put your best foot forward.
Is that why you were sweating earlier this morning?
Listen. I s- I'm sweating right now talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Like
No, come on.
it's
Me?
just I
No
don't know.
way.
You, you can ask me. Listen, anybody that knows me in the chat, I am a sweater.
Let's see, guys. Let's see if he's a sweater. Let's zoom in on
Is
him. Let's
Molly
zoom
Party?
in. Let's see. Let's see. Do you
Oh
guys
look,
see a
look.
beam of
I
sweat
got my
under his
little.
hat? Do you see the sweat? Let's see. I can't zoom in even more. No, his bald head isn't glistening. It's not glistening. Yeah. I was wondering if he that's why he puts on videos, because I had a feeling you're
Oh my
wiping
God! Listen. Yes,
your forehead when you were
yes,
slipping on videos.
yes,
Because I saw you, I was watching this morning, and then you kind of put your towel down. I do
yes.
that too when I need to take a drink or,
So,
you know, need
another
to do
thing why these
something.
videos they work so well for me is because, of
Let's
course,
keep him like this the whole interview, you guys. We wanna see some sweat. Yeah.
I don't mind being on camera. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
there are times where I'm like, I don't need to be on right now. So it gives me that break to, just wipe my sweat. And I hate wiping my sweat on camera. So it's like
Yeah,
these
yeah.
videos kind of
I get
here,
it.
they kind of help me. So
Mimi Berry's like, "You're a freak." Yeah, not you, me. She's making fun of me. They always make fun of me. But
Oh
anyway,
no, it's all right. I,
yeah, I hate sweating. No, I just thought it was funny that you're saying that this morning. Now we're going to backtrack a little bit
for
from
sure.
Rock the Bells because I know the opportunity came in 2008 for you for Rock the Bells. And for all you guys I don't know, he's literally traveled the world, like Africa, the Dominican, Mexico, Jamaica, Bahamas. He was in Turks and Caicos. Like a lot of, DJs don't get opportunities like this. So I just find it really fascinating. But before Rock the Bells happened, he met someone special, an artist that you brought up a little bit earlier at the mall, Wale. So, how did that meeting just kind of happen? He recognized you through radio. How did that relationship just start? And then it just opened up more doors.
Yeah, so that was 2003.
Hmm.
Um, at this point, I'm 23. I had did Rap City. I had did like a lot of, I did like stuff on TV. I had did like, the clubs. So when I tell you, I'm like, I'm hot shit in DC, like, and you know, when I say I'm hot shit, I don't walk around like I'm hot shit. You know what I'm saying? I just come from the gym. I literally was, I come from Bally's. I'm working out, and he worked in downtown locker room, which is a sneaker store.
Wow.
I come in there, I love sneakers. I'm pretty sure everybody in the chat loves sneakers. Chanel B. I don't want to miss anybody. Chanel. So I'm just looking for sneakers. Him, he works there. A few other people. So whatever. I'm just, I'm going by my day. You know what I'm saying? I'm got my gym bag on. I leave out because I didn't see anything. So I'm walking out the mall. I'm walking kind of towards. I park kind of like outside of the food court. You know, you park outside the food court. You got to walk through the food court. So
Hmm.
I'm heading towards the food court, and you know, they kind of like jog up to me like yo, man. It's like five of them. Like, yo, would you listen to my man's CD? I'm like, yeah, where the damn CD at? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like, and that's how I talk. I'm like, where the fucking CD at, man? Like, y'all stopping me. Where the CD at? So they're like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? His name Wale. This him right here. So, my dad has the CD at his house with the phone number, everything on it. So they gave me the CD and I get in my truck. I put the CD in and I'm like, dang. And mind you, you can imagine how many artists I've heard up
Hmm.
up until this point and how many artists I've worked with up until this point. So I hear him and I'm like, holy smokes, this dude is nice. So from that point on, I called the number and I told you I'm, you know, heavy on a relationship base. So, I had him come by the house. I was living in an apartment at the time, had him come by the apartment and, he didn't know how to write 16 bars at the time. You know what I'm saying? So just I put him on to a lot of artists and I took him under my wing. I signed him to I had a company at that time. Signed him to the company and man, he was the first artist I could say that, I felt like it went with my DJ style. I met a lot of artists, but like they couldn't freestyle when I put up beats on. You know what I'm saying? It's like if, if I put a certain beat on, he would rap to any beat, and it was like, oh my god! I'm like, man, we on the same. I'm like, I finally got somebody who I feel like I could champion.
Hmm.
So that's kind of how like we first started, and then from there, it kind of, we hit the ground running.
How long did you guys continue for, like together?
So you got to think that was 2003. We met. You, I told you, Rock the Bells was 2008.
Yeah.
That's
And
five
doors
years.
opened between the 2 of you guys with the Rock the Bells, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's kind of how it
So we did
started.
Rock the Bells. We did so we, me and him, we went over to Europe. We did Norway, Sweden, Holland, London. We did we toured the whole Australia. That
Wow.
was crazy. We toured that with that was Far Side, Tribe, Fat Boy Slim, Sam Spiro. You know that name?
No.
And
I don't know that
Chromeo.
one. Oh,
You know,
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
it,
Chromeo. Yeah.
well, yeah, we did that. That was after Rock the Bells, but it, being with him, it was great. But it just, you know, once again, I'm also an artist myself, and sometimes I feel like I gotta go. You know, it just got to a point for me where I was just like, I just got bored with it. You know what I'm saying? Time to go back, and that's kind of I get back to DC, and I realize radio isn't for me. You know,
Mhm.
and
Would you
man,
ever imagined it would have blown up as much as it did?
I
Like,
knew it
between the
would
2
have.
of you guys? Like, or
Oh,
did you
oh,
just know it
well,
instantly when you kinda met him that he had
I
something
mean,
special?
it's funny when we met and we were, when we were riding the car. This is before anybody knew him. We really were kind of on like, we thought we were going to be on some like Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince type of stuff.
Mhm.
But he had a different vision too for what he wanted to do, and that's why I kind of feel like it didn't happen that way. But
Mhm.
I mean, I wouldn't take anything, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't take anything back from all those days and everything that we went through, you know what I'm saying? That was like,
Exactly.
that's like some of DC's best times ever.
Mhm, and 5 years is a really good run between an artist and a
Yes.
DJ or a manager too. It doesn't
Yes.
you normally go that long, which is great.
Yeah.
So, coming from DC, the go-go sound or music and how you kind of fuse that with hip hop too, I think that's was that really happening when you were kinda doing that back then? Like,
No,
bringing
so
those
it had
together?
happened, but it happened with like older artists like DJ Cool, certain artists back, and this is like 80s. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? By the time I'm around, all that stuff is, it's not that it doesn't matter, but it's like people want to know what the heck, man, what are we gonna do now? So being that I always feel like I'm a New York DC hybrid. People in DC always be like, man, you New York. But when I'm in New York, people are like, man, you from DC. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like, so I really, when I met Wale, I was already a go-go, I was already a go-go guy, because I had, big shout out to my man Blocker in the chat, but we had tore all the go-go's up, going to partying and stuff. And I knew all the go-go. And that's why coming from DC, I tell people as a DJ, for me, I had to battle. I didn't have to battle other DJs, Honey Flow.
Mhm.
Listen to this. I did not have to battle other DJs. I had to battle go-go bands.
Wow. Now, can you explain what go-go music? Because I know there's other people across the world, here that aren't familiar, right? Or might have not heard it,
Well,
so
hold
maybe
up.
explaining it to them or
All right,
others?
hold up. This is what we're gonna do, because the fact that I've gotten better on my OBS and everything.
Mhm.
Um, I will.
DJ La Femme the Gem says go-go is life. Do they really play that in New York, though? It's definitely a DC thing,
It's a
right?
DC thing, but
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
worldwide thing when you hear.
Mhm,
You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
So this is Chuck Brown. Have you heard of Chuck Brown before?
Yep, yeah.
So this is a classic record.
That what?
So it's live
Yes, I
instrumentation.
do.
Yeah, it's loud, yeah, it's good.
That ain't true, y'all. Y'all done spoiled me now. Yes, I do. That ain't true, y'all. Sweet motherland in the house. But don't mean a thing if you ain't got the
And
go-go.
go-go is heavy shout out. So you see how I am on Twitch? Heavy shout out. People like that.
My special request, y'all. You got that go-go swing. We're gonna do it for everybody that came out here to do that thing. It don't mean a thing if you ain't got the go-go swing.
Go-go is essentially is live bands, but the majority of the time they take old melodies from songs that you something that you know, and they'll use that. And it's Honey Flow. If you have to go to a show, you have to go to a go-go show.
Yeah, that's nice. I like it. I definitely we don't have that
Live,
here in Toronto, but I love
live.
it.
Oh my god! Like live, it literally like going to go-go's. It popped my cherry with seeing girls and women dance crazy and being like, like I was like, whoa, I did not know it got down like this. So by the time I got to real clubs, I'm like, man, I've seen all the crazy stuff. Go
Yeah.
Go's live is one of the best experiences you'll ever have.
Team Up says you're going to be sweaty. Lex Diamond says don't put on your heels.
Listen,
Oh,
man,
that sounds
man,
so dope. DJ
man, listen.
La Femme the Gem says a live go-go show is or most definitely like an experience. Yeah, that would be amazing. Uh, Jonah's like pause the
I know,
pausing.
Paul. I know. He's always pausing. He's always
DJ J
pausing.
Jonah again with the sub. Oh my goodness, thank
Jay
you so much,
Jonah.
DJ J Jonah.
Hey, I am
Jonah.
D Mecca. You see him in the chat?
Mm-hmm.
So
Let's see.
real. This is I am D
Oh, there we
Mecca.
go. Yes.
I'm 17, 18. This is right before I got on the radio. He used to work for, if I'm not mistaken, Atlantic Records. He used to have he used to service. So this is back when like Atlantic was like servicing. So I used to have to go to his house and pick up vinyl. I'm pretty sure he has some stories. I was young. I mean, once again, you don't know who these people are in your life that are still going to be around, 25 years later, like he's still around, you know what I'm saying? And he's someone that can vouch for you and tell you that hopefully I was the same guy. I hope I was the same guy I was back then, just I had more hair.
You had more hair. Yeah, that's true. I think I saw a video on Instagram. Was it you and your wife dancing at your wedding? Is she Middle Eastern? Was it Middle Eastern?
She is Egyptian.
Egyptian.
What are you?
What
are you, honey? So
you'll never guess in a million years. No one's ever
Moroccan.
guessed my background in my life. No.
Moroccan.
No. You'll never guess. Trust me. I will give someone $1,000 if they didn't hear what my background was, and if they know it, I would literally give someone $1,000 right now if they can guess it.
Let's see if someone in the chat knows.
I better not say 1,000. Maybe 100. I'll do 100
no,
Canadian.
We'll give you 100.
If you know it,
100 biddies,
don't say it. Okay, 100 biddies. Yeah, that's good. That's only $1. That's $2 Canadian. And I'll give you a patty pie. That's all I can afford. There you go. Hey, you can't say it. Don't say it. If you know it, don't say it. No, you'll never guess. Well, trust me, you'll be here all day trying to figure it out.
Jonah says Scottish, Indian, Brazilian.
You're not supposed to say anything, Jonah. So my background, I'm actually half my mom's Scottish and my father's East Indian from Bombay. My mom's like Canadian.
Wow.
Scottish. Yeah. So that I've never met anyone like with my mix in my life, but I found it very interesting seeing you and your wife you really blended in. I think you were dancing, right? I saw a video.
Actually, family.
I should have brought the video up and played it. I didn't download it. You guys got to check out his Instagram. It's really, really dope. Like you're Egyptian.
Doing like the boot scoop boogie. We were doing something.
Yeah, like you were very, very good at. I was so impressed with you. I'm like, is this guy originally from Toronto or what? Like he really, like just you embracing the culture and just knowing and the dancing. Do you have to practice? Because it seemed pretty natural to you.
I pick up on things very quick.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If I see a dance, like this dance, I do this dance all the time on stream, but when I see him do it, I just know how to do it. This dance right here, Brown Sugar loves this right here.
Yeah, I love that dance.
Yeah, so it's like once I see something, I can mimic it, man. It's like I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either. I do love that dance. I saw you playing it earlier today. Wow. So yeah, that looked like a huge party. Like your wedding reminded me because this is how Toronto is. Like, have you ever been to Toronto?
I've never been to Canada. I've never been to Canada.
You got to come. You definitely got to come because Egyptian community, like all the communities, they're so large here. So I mean, I'm sure your wife would love it as well.
I can't wait to come to Toronto.
Yeah, you got to come. If you guys come, you got to definitely message me. I'll definitely show you guys around.
Oh, somebody in the chat says I'm Scottish Indian.
What? You are Boa Ninjas? Are you really?
Wow.
You would be the first that I've ever met in my lifetime with the same background. I've never met anyone with my mix. Okay, we got to talk after. That's for sure. Let's see here. So yeah, no, so that's interesting. Yeah, so make sure you guys check out his Instagram, DJ Alizay. He's got a lot of dope videos up there too, and I love how you kind of fuse sounds together. Like I could tell that you're a true, not just an exceptionally good like turntablist DJ too, but you fuse so many different sounds and just it's just very original together, you know?
Um,
And
s- well, I was gonna say, there's do you know? Hold up, I want to get her name right. Uh, the Rillionaire, the Rillionaire on
uh no, I
she's
don't think
she's
so.
she gave me an Indian playlist one
Mhm.
time, and I played my whole stream off of that.
Oh,
So I
nice.
like, yeah, I like to challenge myself too with, with music, and step outside the stuff that I would normally play.
Yeah, that's really good. Have you had like a really outside the box DJ gig that you had to go to? Is there anything that you remember, whether it be a wedding, corporate, or club or stage? Was there anything that really stretched you, as a DJ?
Now it's really hard to stretch me because I'm fundamentally sound as a DJ, so I can make anything sound good. I feel like I can. Coming from go-go,
Mhm.
if me and DJ La Femme and Molly was talking about how DJing go-go is so hard because it's live instruments, and coming up having to do that, everything else is, man, it's easy. From I could do a rock set, EDM, slow jam, Indian, whatever. It's because at the end of the day, it's all BPMs.
Yeah, that's very
That's
true.
really, when you break it down, it's all BPMs. Like we're all just, it's all got some sort of tempo, and it all, it can be blended with everything. Can be blended with everything. You just have to know how to do it right.
I find some easier than others though, like house or Afro beats or soca
It is,
compared to like
yeah,
hip hop or
yeah,
like reggae. I
yeah,
find reggae or old school hip hop, like because they don't even take a breath. If you really listen to them, it's like where do you cut it in or where do you blend it in? Because they're literally like Souls of Mischief. If you listen to them, it's like on and on and on, like Maestro Fresh West. They'll
yes,
just keep going, going, going for like 10 minutes. It's like, do they even have take a break, for water
it's
or anything?
it. It's knowing, first and foremost, you have to feel it.
Mhm.
As much as you know it, you have to feel it. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where it's not. I equate like what I do on the turntables to like a basketball player. You know, um, when you play basketball, you can't be technically, you can't be one hand dominant.
Mhm.
So I try to be good on both hands. You know, almost look at that as kind of like dribbling the ball. Just, and it's just, you know, if you go on a basketball court, you want to be as comfortable as you can. You don't want to be uncomfortable. So as a DJ, I've tried to put myself in so many uncomfortable situations so that when I'm on Twitch, like it's all I'm literally, I'm a one man, I'm a one, I do everything on my Twitch. You know what I'm saying? I have people be like, hold up, your wife isn't helping you? I'm like, no, this is, I'm doing, so it's like, all this to me this is the easy part. I've had to learn OBS, and
Yeah, it's a
even
lot.
even me talking to you right now on StreamYard through my
Mhm.
camera, like this took not this particular time, but it took me a long time to understand this concept of talking to you through this mic, coming through here, talking to you, and being able to hear you. It's like so much signal flow, and
For sure. People don't get that. They're just like, all you do is just plug in a mic. What's the big deal? But
yeah, okay,
like when you're playing music, even through StreamYards, I think it took me 4 hours to try to figure it out, get the mic working, get the headphone. Because people don't realize there's also delays. Like if you're
yes,
listening to it on Twitch, if you're listening on StreamYards, if
yeah,
you're like, there's so many technical things that I wish everyone. I do feel like the Twitch community does appreciate it more. Like they appreciate music more,
yes,
they appreciate hard work, like the hard work that streamers put in. I feel like they get it a lot more than if you were to just go out and play a gig
Yes.
and they're just like, "Well, what's the big deal? All you have to do is just like plug and play," you know?
I'm so
Like,
appreciative of,
"Oh,
you know what I'm saying? I'm so appreciative of Twitch.
yeah.
Um, just the audience, you know, the truth, like some of these people you might never meet, but you feel connected, you know?
Mhm. Yeah, it
Um,
definitely becomes a family for sure.
yes.
Definitely. See the same faces. They're
Yes.
not just user IDs anymore. Like you really, and especially when you meet people. Have you met anyone from
Yes.
Twitch or
Actually,
Twitchers?
the last person, um, I had to go to DC 2 weeks ago and I met D Bene. You ever seen his name? D Bene? D
No, I don't think so.
B E N N E 13, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I've seen his name.
Yes. He came to an event I did. He like, yo, I'm D Bene. I'm like, oh my God. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Hugged him, dapped him up. It's just when when you see somebody in real life, it's like, yo, you you the person I've been talking to this whole time. Oh, you know what I'm saying? It's a real connection.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah.
Mhm.
We got DJ 506 in the building.
506.
Oh wow, that's so awesome. DJ 506
Oh, Papa
says,
D's nuts. Liddell the DJ.
wow. 506 says my Twitch fam raised over 3,000 for me last year when I had cancer surgery.
Wow.
Wow.
See, I
I
mean,
hope you're so much better. I hope you're doing better, 506 as well,
you see
too
stuff
now.
like that, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, I mean, it's
Yeah,
like, your
that's
Twitch,
awesome.
yeah, your Twitch community, it seems like it's just Twitch, but it's bigger than just Twitch, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I think we all pull together, whether small or big, right, to do something. Oh, wow, he says he's cancer free. That's awesome, you know.
Man,
And Lex Diamond
congratulations to
said
that.
she's looking for a fundraiser too, for someone that lost their home too. So that's what I mean. When we all pull together, we could do really amazing things. It's so true.
Yep.
And I think that's what makes this place more of a special community compared to maybe Instagram, Facebook, or
Man, and
YouTube, like other communities,
it
or
took me
other
a minute. It took me a minute to get to Twitch, like, um,
Yeah, how did you decide to, "Okay, I'm gonna just do Twitch?" Were you watching for a
nope.
while?
So I moved back from LA uh February 2020, right?
Mhm.
Pay attention to the times. I moved back from LA February 25th. I had to go to Africa February 28th. I came back from Africa March 13th.
Mhm.
When did the world shut down? March
Like 2 thou
14th.
Yeah.
I got back a day before. And when I got back, I was in Africa. Like,
Mhm.
I didn't, Africa was so chill. Nobody was talking about no COVID, no nothing.
Mhm.
So I come back, I'm thinking that it's about to be, I'm like, man, it was a new world when I got back. You know what I'm saying? People were fighting over tissue,
Oh, yeah. We're
disinfectant. It was
still
like,
fighting over things.
to me, it was a new world. It was shell shock. I got back, I was like, whoa, like, and when I get back, people are now streaming. I'm like, oh, like, I didn't have my turntables from LA. I didn't have certain things. You know what I'm saying? I just moved back, I had all my clothes. I didn't have because I'm not thinking, anything about the shutdown. And that's when I kind of see like the D nice thing starts to happen. And I'm looking, I'm like, I felt like I literally felt like I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? Like, I don't have turntables. I feel like I'm missing everything. Um, June comes around. Franzen, DJ Franzen?
Yeah, he's a great DJ. He's
Franzen
killing
hits
it
me
on
up.
Twitch.
Franzen hits me up
Killing it.
like, Zay, get on this Twitch with me. This shit about to go crazy. I'm
Mhm.
like, Franzen, I didn't have turntables. I didn't have, I didn't have my tools, you know what I'm saying? And so I missed that whole first rush. 2021 comes around. Lex is now hitting me up. David C. Dennis, I see you, my brother. Lex is now hitting me like, Zay, you need to come on Twitch. This shit, you leaving money on the table. Da, 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 da. So I'm, So then, I'm starting to like research and see what I got to do. Once I saw OBS, I'm like, oh hell no.
I know.
I'm like,
It's tough. Are
I'm
you a
like,
techie person or no?
I am techie because you see, once I put my mind to it, yes, but
Okay.
it's putting my mind to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, so that whole 21, I was dragging my feet, and I told you, um, Thanksgiving Eve, um, I got these guys tried to carjack me for my dad's car.
Oh,
Literally
wow.
tried to, yeah, gunpoint.
That's
Like,
insane.
literally, like I thought I was gonna die, seriously. And when that happened, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I was like, yo, I need to stay my ass out the streets and get on
Mhm.
Twitch.
Hmm.
And that was the moment of me saying, wow, I'm coming to Twitch. And when I came to Twitch, imagine I felt like I was late. I did. I still feel late because, everybody's like, man, why aren't you a partner? Da, 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 da. I'm like, bruh, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to put the work in just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So it's like me coming, it gave me a different lens on how I wanted to run my show.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I got to sit back and look at everybody's show like, man, I would do this different. Oh, I would do that. Oh, let me take that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, certain things like when I do like my Wu-Tang Wednesday, I might run like clips from like certain shows that have Wu-Tang in it. I got that from Prodigy. You know what I'm saying? I saw Prodigy have clips in his show. I'm like, oh, I like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Twitch is about, of course, I don't want to just copy anybody, you know what I'm saying? But you can take from people and make it your own for sure. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Mhm. Yeah, and you do an original show and you're not late, you're just on time, right? So, what's for you is pretty much for you,
You
and,
never lie.
you
Never
know,
lie about that.
the time it's supposed to come is supposed to be for you, so,
Yep.
don't worry looking left or right. I mean, you've
Yep.
already done so many accomplishments already, and, I thought it was really interesting too because you don't really I don't see too many DJs that also have radio experience, stage experience, MC, hosting, like, they know how to do all of those things. We're all, learning at, different speeds
For
too.
sure.
But, you had a weekly show also on, Sirius XM's Shade 45, which
Yes.
is pretty amazing. How long did that last for, and how
That
did
was like
that
3
happen getting on
years.
Shade? Oh, 3 years, okay. And how
And
did that happen getting on, Shade 45 too?
so once again, relationships, the guy so the guys that were up there that had a show was called they were called the Gomez brothers, and it consisted of two guys, Gabi and Nelson. Um, Gabi's like a super big wig now. He has a few artists. Nelson worked real close with 50 Cent for like a long time. So they had a show and they loved me as a DJ. So they would be like, yo, we need you. And mind you, I'm living in DC at this point. This is, I'm living in DC, but the show was in New York. So I would drive up every Saturday. And so the show would be from I think I DJ from like 2 to 5, 3 to 5, something like that. I would drive up. I would DJ Friday night at the club. Get up in the morning. Drive from DC to New York is like almost 4 hours. Get up there, do the show. I had to DJ in DC that night.
Oh my goodness.
Drive. I did this
That
for
is
three
insane.
years.
That's crazy. So
You see
you
what I'm saying?
literally would do an 8-hour drive after your show from New York. So you would stay up late. And for all you guys that don't know, like, I'm telling you guys, it takes a lot of stamina to DJ, to be standing there 5, 6, 8 hours in a club. Then you're tired, you're getting home probably at 3 or 4 in the morning, packing your stuff, and you're driving to New York.
Yes.
You're doing your show and then you're
Driving to New
driving
York
back.
to do that show at Sirius
Wow.
because just like
That's
how you said, like,
dedication.
yeah, like Sirius Shade 45. I'm like, you know, you know how like
And they wanted you in studio? There's no way you could have done, like, a recording or
nah,
anything?
because they were so off the cuff with their show. They would be talking about one thing. They were talking about sex and like
Mhm.
whatever they would talk about, I would kind of tailor it around what they were doing, whatever they were talking about. So it
Mhm.
was real interactive. You know what I'm saying? And that's so hard to do on a, you know, what do you call it? Where you like you pre-mix or pre-record. It's so hard to do that.
Yeah, you can't do that. So you never got like stopped, you never got stuck in traffic. Like you weren't ever worried like, "Oh my gosh, I got to get down there in 4 hours. I got to do my show." Like
Not
nothing
because
ever happened in the 3 years?
I'm really big on being on time. You know what I'm saying? And you know that's for
Did they know
anything.
you were traveling? Did they know that?
Yeah. So this is crazy part. I would drive up, do the show, and when you do a show with people, it's so much. There's so much energy being transferred. Oh my God, da, 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 oh man, we had a great time. They will always be doing stuff after, and they're like, "Yo, come on, man,
Oh,
won't you?" And I would have loved to come because these guys they're connected, they're plugged, they
yeah,
know all types of
exactly.
people. But I had obligation. I had to go back and DJ in DC, and they would be like, "Damn, you got to hit the road." And normally I would have my friend with me. I'm trying to see if he's in the chat, B Sarge, but I would always bring him with me because I would get tired. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
And
super tiring, and you do a club that night? That
yes,
is insane. Wow.
yes.
That's crazy. How much sleep did you actually get between that weekend of doing everything?
So look, you gotta think. Friday night I DJ. I would do Sirius in New York, 2 to 5 p.m. in New York. And then I had to be back to DJ in DC from 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. And then
Wow.
Sunday, I would have to DJ, Sunday night. So, this is when I'm doing like 6 nights a week clubs and
Crazy.
6 nights a week radio.
Would
Six
you say
days a
you
week
were a bit of a workaholic? Would you say?
back
Let's
then
ask
for
your
sure. Back
parents.
then.
Your parents are in the room. Let's get the 411
Back
on
then. Back
DJ
then I was.
Alizay. What would you say? Queen's girl, that's his mom right there, you guys. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of dedication. Wow. And then also BET Rhapsody. Do you
Yes.
want to let people know about that too? That's pretty awesome too.
Yeah, BET Rap City. I got to do it with Tigger in the basement. Um, you know, that's like, you know, so it's funny because just imagine I'm telling you how I drove up to New York. This is so they were taping in New York at this time. It was no more BT used to be in DC. But when it's my turn to do Rap City, guess where it is? It's in New York. I drove up to New York alone to do Rap City. You know what I'm saying? I did 2 episodes, and I just imagine I'm 22 years old. You know what I'm saying? Going to do, you know, going up to New York alone. I did my tapings, get back in the car, drive back. It was like to me, it was like I don't know, it just felt regular. I can't even explain it. Like I wasn't looking at it like it was big. It was like something that this is stuff that I knew I had to do. You know what I'm saying? In order to be who I needed to be. But going up there and, doing, in the basement with Tigger rapping, me DJing, my artist I remember I had it's so funny. I wanted somebody so much better, but I got Boo and Gotti. Boo and Gotti were the guys that were on Fiesta remix
Mhm.
with Jay-Z and R. Kelly.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Yes,
that
yes.
song.
Hold on,
Yeah.
hold on, hold on. This is my wife FaceTiming me. Babe, I'm doing an interview right now.
Hi, wifey.
7, yeah. Yes. Um, so yeah, like, doing stuff like that. It's just I can honestly say back then it felt like it felt like Rap City was gonna be around forever. It just felt like everything was gonna you didn't really know that stuff was gonna die out, It just
Yeah.
because when you're in it, you're in it.
So true. Yeah, your mom, Queen's girl says a good, question here. How many people enjoy their 9 to 5s? So she said that you weren't really a workaholic. You just enjoyed what you did. which I think that's so awesome, and especially getting support from family. That's
Yes.
that's super rare. Like, and I think that's really awesome that they saw that in you and they encouraged you to keep going.
I
Because you,
appreciate that,
yeah,
mom.
you really definitely
Thank you,
have,
mom. Thank you, dad.
yeah, you really have done a lot. Um, yeah, that's awesome. So Rhapsody from BT, Rhapsody to, Shade 45, radio as well, to doing so many tours across the world. I know you did the BET Jazz Festival in Turks
Oh
and
my
Caicos.
God,
How was that?
man. Turks and Caicos probably has the best sand, water. It has to be. It has to be top 5 in the world. It has to be. Um, but um, you know, I did my set. I was always working so much that I never really got to enjoy. You know what I'm saying? I got to enjoy
Mhm.
the beach when I was there, but I didn't stay to like vacay. I did my set. The next day I was gone. You know what I'm saying? Like I've
Wow.
always kind of back then at least I was like that. Now I'm kind of I want to enjoy, you know what I'm saying, wherever I go. But back then I was trying to get it in, I was moving.
Mhm. Are you still, touring a lot? Because I know you're the tour DJ for, is it, Kingbach?
Batch. Yeah,
Batch,
batch.
Batch?
Yeah.
Okay, I
His last
say
name is
Batch.
Bachelor. So it's just short.
Oh,
Yeah, batch.
okay.
Yep. We
Yeah.
start back up in September.
Okay, and then
Yep.
how often are you gonna be touring? Is it gonna be a lot, like
Weekends.
every
It's like literally like the weekends.
Okay, so that's not too bad.
Yeah,
Do you
so
bring your family or your wife with you, or no? Do you just kinda go on your own?
some cities she'll meet me, but the
Mhm.
majority now, I go do it, come back. Last year we did like 35 cities.
Whew. How long's the tour? Is it 6 months or a year?
Last
Or
year uh started in I want to say March and ended last weekend of September.
Wow. And I'm just curious if anyone in the chat room has seen the comedy tours with King Batch, because they're going all across the states and even the world. So is anyone?
Well, I
Uh-huh.
wasn't really on Twitch. I was on Twitch last year, but I wasn't really on like I was now. So, towards the end, I started like popping up on different people's streams that live in different cities.
Hmm.
So I'm definitely going to be doing that coming September. Chicago is the first one. So I'm linking up with Jay Jonah because he's in Chicago.
Oh,
Um,
are you gonna do the Twitch meetup in Chicago? I'm thinking
now,
about
isn't that
driving
in
there,
July?
going there.
Wait,
Yeah,
when
it's
is that?
July. It's our Canada Day, so it's July 1st. I think it's kind of around.
I'm DJing the one here in New York in Brooklyn in August.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Who's that with in August? Is that with One Reason?
no, that is Boom Bap Monday.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
Yeah, if you're ever in Chicago, let me know because I'm definitely going to be driving out there July 1st,
Oh,
I
as a
think.
matter of fact, I'm in Philly next Friday and Saturday. But this is what I'm doing in Philly right here. I haven't shown anybody this. This is the first time he's showing this on Twitter.
Hmm.
Really showing anybody, but I'm doing this right here. Uh, all vinyl. Me, my boy B Sharp, and Just Blaze. Roots Picnic.
Ooh.
Philly.
Oh,
Yeah.
Roots Picnic. When is
Yep.
that again? That's in June. June?
Yeah. June 3rd, next
Oh,
Saturday.
shoot, that's next Saturday. I should
Yep.
look at that. I wanted
Yep.
to check out the Roots Picnic. I didn't realize it was that soon.
Yep.
But I'll definitely message if I ever end up in
Oh,
in some of the
please.
cities.
Hold
But
on.
you gotta come, you guys gotta come to Toronto. You can't
Oh no
miss.
no 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 no.
A lot of people miss Toronto, Canada, but I'm telling
No
you
no
guys,
no.
if a lot of artists like bypass Toronto, but if they come here, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a sold out show. Like
Listen,
it's gonna be huge here. Rock the Bells is coming here with
listen.
Jazzy Jeff.
Scratch Bastard is I'm a big
Mhm.
fan. You know what I'm saying? We know of each other, but he's somebody who I would love to get on that bill in Toronto. That's something that I want to speak into existence. But Toronto, when I come there, I definitely want to I want to I want to see what the vibe is like.
Yeah, it's a big city. Everyone loves their hip hop and, just a lot of cultural mixes out here. It's huge. If you listen to any of the Canadian DJs on Twitch, you get a feel of what Toronto's like Scratch
Hmm.
Bastard, starting from
Yes,
scratch, White
yes,
Gold. Just a bunch of DJs out here for
Yes.
sure. Yeah.
Big shout out to DJ Mo One in the chat. That's
How
my
you doing, DJ Mo One? We got DJ
big
Diz.
yay area. Oh,
Mo
DJ
One.
Diz.
Go on, ninjas.
Hold up. Is that DJ Diz? Hold up. Is that Mo One? Oh my God.
Mo
Mo
One.
One. Mo One come in the chat.
DJ
Hold up.
Diz.
Mo One come in the chat like this.
Yeah, what do they look like? I want to see. Okay, there you go. There's Mo One. Mimi Berry's asking when you're going to come to the UK.
Oh, Mimi. That's a great question. I mean, put it like this, man. With the world, the pandemic was a reset, Um, it was a reset, I know, for me. And, you know, even being on Twitch and kind of, meeting people like yourself and people in these different areas, like, going to these places seem a little easier now, It seemed like I'll be able to have me a tour guide at least,
Oh
Um,
yeah,
for
especially
sure.
linking up with other DJs and other
For sure.
crews that are doing stuff. They do big UK groups too. If you try to connect with Volatile or some of those
Yes.
guys,
Shout
Ray
out to David C.
Domingo.
Dennis too. David C.
Yes,
Dennis.
David C.
Yep.
Dennis, exactly. Like a lot of great guys there as well. So yeah, so that's awesome. So you guys, we got about half an hour left. If you guys have any questions, of course, for the one and only DJ Alizay.
Man, listen.
I mean, you could go back and forth the whole interview with the echo effects. So if you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat. I'll be sure to catch them. If I miss them, then just highlight the question or put it back in the chat. But another thing I found interesting about you too is that you were producing some beats and some music. So for all you guys I didn't know about DJ Alizay, he's got singles from IDK, Burna Boy, Wale, and of course the one and only
Canadian.
The
The
one and
Canadian.
only, yeah. I need like a Canadian anthem right now. I need to sing "Oh Canada." The one and only Justin Bieber.
Canada.
So he made some beats for him, which I thought was pretty amazing. So maybe tell the story because, of course, I'm Canadian. Justin Bieber's from my country here.
Yep.
How did that work with Justin Bieber?
How is that connected?
How is that connected?
So his head A&R / DJ, he's been with him since day one, is from Baltimore, like, the DMV area. When I met Wale, think about now, this is crazy. What I told you about Wale, meeting him in the mall, I also meet this guy, Tay James, who is Bieber. So, these guys were like kids, I mean, they were like, 17, 18, 19. I met Tay around 14, 15, but, Wale and Tay were sleeping on the couch in my house, and they didn't even know that they were going to be, you know what I'm saying? So, Bieber's DJ Tay James. I damn near taught him how to DJ. Wale, so these two are literally, with me, and then they end up going and becoming what they become. So when Tay is now Justin Bieber's DJ, and I go live out and I go live in LA, and how many house parties I've done with Bieber, you know what I'm saying? And when Bieber sees me, it's like, I mean, he makes a beeline to me, like, yo, like, hug, you know what I'm saying? And so my relationship with them, like, I know people from the outside, people are like, man, it's like Bieber's such a big dude, but he's really like, he's so cool, you know what I'm saying? And whenever we see each other, it's like, I mean, it's genuine, like, hug, how you doing? Da, da, da. So when the opportunity came up with the song, like I said, his A&R is one of my best friends. I taught him how to DJ. So, everything is relationship based, I say, you know what I'm saying? So when the opportunity came up to get on the track, I followed through. I got some other guys to help me out with the track. We all broke bread. We all made money. I got my credits. You know,
That's so
we,
awesome. And what song? I just looked it up actually
we're in
before
this
our interview.
together. I think.
We're in this together, right?
Yes.
So make sure you guys Google "We're in this together." Justin Bieber's like rapping when I was listening to some of it in
Yep.
the
Yep.
intro.
Yeah. That's the only
Um,
song he's rapping on there on the whole album.
yeah, he's not bad, not bad rapping either. But when he was younger, much younger, right? 17, like
Yes.
you said.
Yeah.
But I'm noticing a common thing in this interview. Yeah, hey Kiki B, she says, yeah, DJ Alizay just knows everybody.
Kiki
Um,
P.
but I'm
Kiki.
noticing, yeah, and Mimi Berry says your whole musical journey has been blessed, and I'm noticing a huge commonality is relationship building. There's a million people out there that have tons of experience or are turntablist DJs or are great at this. But one thing I'm noticing, and it's like that on Twitch too, but like everything you've said in the interview has been a connection of building genuine, authentic relationships between people, right? From
And just
Wale at the mall to
and
Justin
just
Bieber.
and just being yourself.
Yeah, and Biz Markie. Yeah, and just being
Yeah.
yourself. That's
Yeah.
pretty
Like
cool.
I wasn't trying to be anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I only know how to be me. So it's like when you are that around other people, it gets no more genuine than that. You know what I'm saying? You're not
Mhm.
trying. I don't. I don't want anything from anybody. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if you're able to help me out, I can help you out too. You know what I'm saying? It goes both ways.
So
Just
how
like
do
you
you
asking me, just like you asking me to be on this interview, I'm like, you know,
Mhm.
this is my time to now, build this bridge with you don't even know what you're going to be. You know what I'm saying? In 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
it's like this interview, you don't even, we have no clue what comes out of this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, Lex hit me to do it. Yeah, I'll do it. You're linked to Jay Jonah. Jay Jonah's my guy. Let's do it.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, and I definitely appreciate you coming on, and it's been really interesting learning so much about your experience. So I know also some of the things, some of the other places that people may not be familiar with you DJing at is, doing league baseball, Spotify, Dell, Shots app, I believe. So some of the things
Yes.
I was reading on. So
I'm
you've done
actually
pretty
I
big
actually
things.
just I actually just got an email. I got to do I'm going to be DJing for the Mets. It's through
Oh, nice.
yeah, it's for the New York Mets and it's through New Balance.
Nice.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
that's going to be yeah,
You know
that's
who you
start.
should link up with? I don't know if you guys kind of know each other, but I just interviewed him, the real DJ Yoshi.
Yeah,
The
we just talked. We
yeah,
were
he's
just
the main DJ for he's like a sports entertainment
yes,
DJ with the Nets and like just New Jersey, what is it, Devils? I don't know. He
the
does
Devils,
yeah,
yes.
he does like everything in sports entertainment imaginable that you could think of. Stadiums, arenas. He's traveling to, and he's also with New Balance, the main
Yeah,
DJ for New Balance.
wow.
So
No, is it
he's
Hoka
great.
or New Balance?
I'm pretty sure it was New Balance.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure from our interview, from what I remember. But the real DJ Yoshi, he's just got such an incredible story, and
No,
he's
I
such
love
a
Yoshi.
great
We were
guy
actually talking
too.
today, and I know DJ LV's chat. We were.
Oh, okay.
He said he was
Yeah.
in Brooklyn not too long ago. He was like, "Yeah, I was in your neighborhood." So yeah, we haven't met offline, but you
Hmm.
know,
I think he's
soon,
in
soon.
Jersey.
Yes, he is
I
in
think.
Jersey.
Yeah, exactly. So, but he's like the main guy for sports and entertainment. And if you
Yes.
check the replay, his story is incredible. How he got into sports and entertainment, like in those arenas and stadiums, and just like you, it was like pure relationship building. Just kind of being there. I think right place, right time,
Yep.
connections with people. Showing the work that you can do,
Yep.
the hard work that you put in. So you guys already have it, and
I
yeah,
love
so
Yoshi, man.
yeah,
Good, great, great energy.
yeah, exactly. So you guys would be great to connect with. Now, I'm just curious is because you have done so much from producing, DJing, of course, stadiums and huge platforms with Rock the Bells. Is there anything as a DJ if you could think of I was even going to say the White House, but you've already DJ'd for President Obama.
Hmm.
But a DJ's dream, like if there's no holds bar, if there's anything that you could do quit DJing, what would be left for you? What would that be? Or what would that look
I
like?
think. Well, I mean, for me right now, it's been on my mind to like. Well, we already do a traveling party, which is all vinyl. We do city to city, but kind of doing this vibes and stuff on Tuesdays from Twitch. I kind of think that like that's something that I can take on the road, and I want to incorporate with how I do like all my visuals with like a real and like almost kind of be like o- you know on a stage, but have like literally kind of running my whole screen like how I'm running Twitch, but like at a real party.
Mhm.
So that's kind of like I'm just this whole Twitch has kind of opened up my eyes, even musically. I've never been able to express myself musically like I have like I've been on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? So you know, for me, I want to put out music. Whether that be like my own albums, and kind of you know really make those connections with different countries and places to be able to really bring myself and just a vibe to different places and let people experience it.
Yeah, you should do, like, tours, like, when I interviewed Jay Chalet, she's doing world tours, and they're all selling out, and
See, yeah,
I
like
see
yeah,
that for you. Like, I see
yeah,
you doing, like you said, having huge video backdrops, like, having a music or a much music type
yes,
of video style party because 'cause you're fun, and, putting some of your videos on there, but, like, Vince Adams, all those guys, right? Like,
yes, yes. I
I
love Vince
definitely see
Adams.
you doing that where you don't have to you don't have to get hired or booked, but you're actually the one in charge booking
Yes,
your own
and then
parties and they're selling
I
out.
would love to have certain artists with me too. You know what I'm saying? Kind of, I'm DJing, and then that artist comes out and does a song that I play. It's Twitch has opened up my mind. Even I was telling Jay Jonah when I look at like TV and like ESPN, I look at it differently now because of OBS. You know where
Mhm.
stuff is placed. I'm like, oh my god, like it's like I can see I can see now TV like how they're like, how you look at TV and it's like, oh, but now it's like I look at it from a standpoint of me being behind, you know what I'm saying, putting logos and seeing stuff. So it's like it's it's opened up my mind to kind of look at things differently.
Yeah, people are
Kind of
even asking in the chat if you could "How you doing, Latina? I see you." People are asking in the
Lala.
chat if you could, teach DJing
Oh
as
man,
well.
yeah,
Like, you could
yes.
even do something like Jazzy Jeff, how he's putting, courses together to teach, right? Just
So
online.
so I actually taught DJing with Biz Marquee for we did a full year.
Mhm.
Um, that was through
Nice.
yeah, it was through Living Social. Have you heard of that Living Social?
No, I haven't heard of Living Social.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure people in the chat Living Social kind of teamed up with Groupon, so they're kind of one group. It's now
Oh.
Groupon,
Mhm.
but we taught a class, and yes, I mean I'm a great teacher, patient. You know, um, I'm not as how you see some DJs and they're able to kind of teach on paper. I'm very, I can show you what I do, and it's very simple. It's very fundamental. It's I equate it to basketball. You know, you see somebody that plays basketball, they wasn't born a good basketball player. DJs aren't born good DJs. It's in us to love music, but we have to put the work in. You know what I'm saying, to become good on these turntables.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, it takes a lot of work. That's why I'm so amazed that you could balance out like radio, DJing, traveling, like so many different things, because DJing takes so much work and effort to even learn, right?
The
So,
DJing is the easy part for me. You know what I'm saying? Like
mm.
that's literally like
Well, I could tell
second.
you could do it with your eyes closed
Yeah,
because
it's
I've
second
been
nature.
Yeah, I've been taking notes on you watching. So I'm like, this guy's doing it with his eyes closed, man. Like he's like wiping his head with his towel. He's putting on a million videos. He's doing this. He's doing that. He's catching everyone in the chat. How does this guy catch everyone in the chat? So that's where
That's
I know.
and that's something that catching people in the chat, like I hate going to like a person's stream and you say hi and it's like Nobody says hi back. The person doesn't say hi back. The mods are ignoring you. It's like, what the hell's going on here? Like, what's this
Yeah,
ghost
I've seen
town?
that. I've definitely seen that a few times for sure.
So for
Yeah.
me, it's like, you come into my house, I'm gonna welcome you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very true. I hear that. So, what would be on, like, your life bucket list besides, DJing?
Oh
Do you have anything if you had, like, say, a month to live, like, what would that look like to
man,
you? What would you wanna
listen,
do?
man, listen. I I just got married 6 months ago.
Wow,
Yeah,
congratulations.
November November 22nd. Um, no, November 22nd. You know, I want kids. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's you know, that's the one thing I look at all my friends and people with kids. I'm like, dang, what's that gonna be like? You know what I'm saying? That's the one unknown. I know it's gonna be great and fine, but bucket list. That's something that I wanna. You know what I'm saying? I
Aw,
wanna.
that's awesome. I love
Yeah,
that. How can I
and I
ask
want to see what they're gonna become. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's so
I'm
true.
looking forward to that.
The mini Alizays
Yes,
running around. Yeah. How did you guys meet, can I ask? Because
yes. We
I
met.
always bring up Isle too. I'm always a
Yeah,
little
we
bit
met.
curious.
2000, the end of 2016. We met. I was living in LA. I was in DC, and somebody was having like it was like a what you call it? I guess you call it like a mixer, you know, DJs, folks in the industry stuff.
Mhm.
So my wife is a lawyer, but
Oh, nice.
she had a part time. She was bartending.
Mhm.
So at this event, I thought she was from the place that I grew up in. I thought she was from Hyattsville. I'm like, so I go up to her. I'm like, hey, are you from Hyattsville? She looked at me like, she looked at me like this. She looked at me like, excuse me. She's like, I ain't from no damn Hyattsville. I'm from, I'm from, I'm from Queens, New York.
You better
But
not say your wife looks like that. You
no,
might
no,
get
no,
in
no.
trouble tonight.
She looked at me like that though.
That's hilarious.
So that was our first time meeting, and you know, one thing led to another. I was living in LA. She was in DC. It was a long-term relationship. You know, she said that she knew it was serious because I would always FaceTime her. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't call her. It would just be like a FaceTime. She's like, dang, this dude must really like me. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it's just one thing led to another, and you know, we went through, we were dating, we went through our rough little patches, you know what I'm saying? But then when the pandemic hit, was like, it was either this is going to work or this isn't going to work, you know?
Mhm.
And we figured it out.
Aw, I love that. That's
Mm,
awesome. Like,
thank you.
you never know what life's gonna bring you, right?
Never know.
Like, you never know who you're gonna meet, whether it's a friend or relationship. You just never know what life's gonna bring you when you move to a new city. You
Yep.
just never know what doors are gonna open for you. I love that. That's awesome. Well,
And,
congrats to you and your wife. She's beautiful. I people say I tend to stalk. I don't stalk, but I do Google. I'm very good at
oh,
my
no,
Google
no, no. I
searches.
mean, that's what Google's for. You know what
But
I'm
I saw, but make sure you guys check it out. He's in a dancing, wedding video with his wife on his DJ page, DJ Alizay,
saying? Yep.
and she's Egyptian, and, Lex Diamond's like, "So you a creeper."
So you were a creeper, huh?
Yeah,
You were a
exactly.
creeper, huh?
Yeah. A creeper who's creepier than a Echo. DJ Alizay, DJ Honey Flow.
She's a creeper.
How you doing, Stirs to Soul? Oh, it's so nice doing an echo with someone because people hate my echo effect.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
they do.
Really?
So it's kind of nice going back and forth like that. Mimi's like,
La la la
definitely a creeper. How you doing, Stirs to Soul? Great to see you as
Stirs
well.
diesel.
D Soul, exactly. Wow. So, are there any, most memorable, because of course you've done so many different things, but is there any memory in mind that stands out of you DJing or even being on radio?
Memory.
Like any
Um,
really great memory that you have?
All right, one is whenever Jay-Z came into town, this is when I was on the radio. Whenever whenever Jay-Z came into town, he um every, like like in DC, I was known for like my Jay-Z sets. So when Jay-Z came into town, everybody's like, Zay has to DJ, So, you know, one moment I remember, DJing for Jay. Well, he's in the studio with me. I'm DJing, whole hour, just Jay-Z, da da da. And after my set, I'm thinking that Jay-Z's about to be like, what I'm saying? Like, whatever. Like, he just came and just shook my hand. Like, it was the most corporate shake. And I remember just being like, oh, he like, it was one of the moments where I was just like, I wish I never met him.
That's hilarious. Wow. With Jay-Z. Those are some great stories. With Obama, what did you play for Obama? Because I know he likes he loves Jay-Z, but anything from hip hop to probably 70s, 80s, like old school, I would think.
I might still have this folder. Hold up.
Oh, I'm curious to see. And you wouldn't ask them like their top 20 songs they want. You probably wouldn't do that for the president.
Nah, because he's so guarded. You know what I'm saying? And this is 2012. You know what I'm saying? This was like he wasn't putting out his top 50 songs yet. It wasn't that time yet. You know what I'm saying? Like Twitter was probably the hottest thing. Instagram was just kind of, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like he was like, putting out his top 50
maybe
yet.
we can swipe out Obama's folder. We could see, guys, in case you guys ever want to
this
get
right
a gig
here.
with the president.
This right here is a song, and I know Jay Jones is gonna know this, but when I played, this is just one of the songs that I played, and man, it was like it gravitated people towards me. This song right here. They know what this is?
I don't know it right now.
Come on, Jay Jones. Let's see who knows what this is. Mimi Burn. Y'all know what this song is?
The president loves her. Interesting. I didn't know that.
Look, there the DJ got it right. Plastic. So this is like it's no words on this, but it's one of them. In Chicago, you play this and it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just like if you hear a DJ play this, you know what I'm saying? Like he knows his shit. He knows his shit.
Oh, Jonas says he used to skate to this. It's a slide in Chicago. Okay, I didn't know. That's new for me.
This record he gave to me, and this was before. This is before anybody would. This is before it became like it was. Anybody knew about it. He gave me this record. Biz gave me this record and was like, "Make sure you play this." It wasn't out yet.
Ooh, nice. I've heard this one. I like this one. I had to lower my headphones.
You know what this is, right?
Blasting. Yeah, I love this one. I love that one.
Yeah. So it was like and this is 2000. This record wasn't like DJs didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? DJs didn't have it. So
That's
it was like
such a great jam. I like that one.
Miss Riz.
I agree with Ms. Riz.
Miss Riz.
So out of all the things you've done as a DJ, was there one event that made you like like nervous, like kind of like, oh man, like just right before, like I'm about to go on and do this?
The Obama. I think the
Obamas, yeah.
Because
how many people were there?
Maybe like 4,000, I guess.
What? 4,000? Oh shoot!
And like
did you see them close up, like dancing and everything?
I'm like elevated, but
but
it's like all the Chicago Bulls. It's like
the who's who there.
Yeah, this was like Derrick Rose was at his peak. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah, it's just like he was
I
like,
guess you couldn't take any pictures or anything like that. Probably
nah,
not.
man, and you know,
I'd sneak a video camera in.
I wish, man,
Probably not, actually. Yeah.
like that's one of them times where like you wish that you could have got a picture somehow, but the moment is it's up here in my mind. It's
What
there.
did your family think when they're just like, "Hey, I just got booked by Obama. Like, I'm literally playing for the president."
It's one of
Like,
those
what were
things
your
where
friends
like
and family saying to you when they hear that? That's like the top thing you could probably do as a
it's one of them
DJ.
things. It's one of them things where it's like people probably, when you tell them, they probably still don't even believe that you're doing what you're doing. Like, no way for. I'm like, I had to get clearance for this, like
Mhm, mhm.
real security clearance,
Yeah, they
like
probably checked your background and everything.
everything.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have any, like, worst, moments as a DJ?
Yes, yes.
Mhm,
Um, this had to be 1999. Um, I had just got on the radio. You know, in my mind, I'm hot shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I had a friend, my friend James. He was a DJ too, but he didn't DJ, but we were practicing stuff. And matter of fact, since I got my hold up.
While he's finding that, Disco Darren in the building, Marcia, Mimi Berry, thanks for coming through, you guys. And everyone else, Ms. Riz, DJ La Femme the
Disco
Gem,
Darn.
3-time flame.
So this song had just come out. Right? So
I love that beat.
so that had just come out.
Mhm.
I had to do this party at Morgan State University. It was probably like 5,000 people. It was a big homecoming party. Huge.
Mhm.
Now, I just played you that beat, right? This had just come out.
Yeah. To all the killers and the $100 billers.
So my boy hits me up from the record store like, yo, I got this record.
Mhm.
I got this record right here, the 88 record, the Wright brothers. You want it? I'm like, man, hell no, I don't need that record.
Oh,
Hell, I need
shoot.
that record. I'm like, what the hell I need that record for? You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm thinking. He didn't buy it.
Oh,
I'm
no.
at Morgan State. Now, I'm playing this. I blended this in. The whole crowd is going. All my niggas get down like that. They wanted to hear that other
Oh,
record.
no,
I
the other
didn't
one.
have it.
Oh, shoot.
I
So what
tell you,
happened after?
what do you think? My friend used that. He used that on me years after. Like, you remember what happened with that record? I'm like, give me that. So whatever he called me for, I was like, let me get it. So that moment was one of those moments where I said, I'm never gonna not have a record. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm never too good to not have a record. That
At
was
least
my
it was
moment.
kinda the same beat, so,
It's the same beat. It's just
Yeah.
that other one is like a party break. You know
Oh,
what
no, I
I'm
know,
saying?
I know,
And I
yeah.
felt like I'm like, what the hell do I need that for?
Yeah, exactly. How many vinyls would you say you have?
Oh, I got a lot. Maybe
Have
like
you counted?
20,000.
Oh, 20,000. So do you have, like, 2 rooms or, like, a huge basement filled with
Nah,
vinyls?
it's all in the studio in DC.
Oh. Is
Yeah.
that hard to sort through or organize? Like, I could barely,
Nah, I actually
sorting Serato is enough for me. I can't even imagine all these vinyls.
I actually did a stream like 2 weeks ago from there. When I go to
Oh,
DC, I like
cool.
to stream from there, and
Yeah.
I stream right in front of the record, so you can kind of, I mean, you
See
seeing
all
it's a lot. Yeah, it's a
and you
lot.
must be, like, super organized. Like, do you have to organize?
Nah, the records aren't organized, but I I
Or do
like
you kind
digging.
of know where everything
I
is?
like finding stuff. So it's like, you know,
Lex Diamond's like, the studio's a freaking warehouse. He needs ladders. Wow. Oh, you
yeah,
look
definitely.
tall too. How tall are you? You look like you're
I'm
six
like
feet.
5'10",
Oh, 5'10". Oh, wow. You must have
5'11",
a lot of
5'11",
vinyls.
5'11".
Um, and they're saying it's in the basement too. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, that would be cool to see that. I got to see your shows where you're with all the
Yeah, I
vinyls as
definitely
well. Are
if
you
I
bringing
have
any of them? Like, are you bringing any of them back to New York with you?
no, I do have. I mean, I have vinyl here, but not. I mean, vinyl's so heavy, honey. It's
No,
so
it is. It is. So then when you go out, do you use a controller? You're using
no.
like
So that event that I showed you is all vinyl, but I have a team, and it's you know their ages are like 20, 25 to like 32, but they
Mhm.
all go searching for vinyl and they bring everything there. I'm not messing with that. And mind you, digging through the crates it's an event where all the vinyl is out in a is out in the on a dance floor, and the people bring me the vinyl to play. So they dig through it, then they bring it to me to play.
Oh, okay. Your mom's saying that you're 5'3".
Yeah, right, mom. Excuse
He's got
me.
jokes.
Yeah, mom. Hey, look. Hey, look. We
Mama's
got
got
jokes, man.
jokes. Mama's got jokes.
We always got jokes.
Oh man. Hey, I can't make fun of that. I'm only 5'1". I can't make fun of anyone else 5'3". I'm only 5'1". Oh man. So if anyone's got like a last minute question, I know you guys are all fans of DJ Alizay. I know someone's got a question for him, a unique question. If you want to drop it in the chat before we leave, I know that's my time. I want to thank you so much too for, coming on here with me. It's been so much fun learning more about your experience and
Oh, thank you for having
just
me.
your musical journey is like really inspiring, really awesome. Just all the things you've done and all the creative things you've done as a DJ too.
Oh, thank you.
Ooh, Lex Diamond. Okay, this is a great question. How did you fall in love with DJing? I know I think we kind of covered it at the very beginning of the interview, but maybe not exactly
I
this
mean,
question. So we'll ask it again. How did you fall in love
I
with DJing?
I fell in love. The moment I fell in love was it was always in me because in my dad's from my dad's brothers, it was like seven of them DJ. It was all different kind of DJing though. But when I saw Juice, 1992, when I saw Juice, I was like, oh, like wow. And I love basketball, and I thought I was going to the NBA, and I literally, around 15 years old, I got cut as a freshman. I, I didn't think I was supposed to get cut, but everything happens for a reason. But
Mhm.
and they
Sure
brought me back
does.
too. But I was just like, man, I'm not playing basketball. I'm like, it's too much politics in this, And I told you, I had somebody break down that only one out of 30,000 kids makes it to the NBA, and that was in
Yeah.
1992. Think
Mhm.
about it now. Um, and when he broke it down to me like that, I told you earlier, I was like, I was the only DJ my age in 100-mile radius. So I knew my odds of making it as a DJ were way higher than making it to the NBA.
Mhm.
So, you know, I loved music. I love practicing. I love making people smile. I love bringing joy to people. So it's like this right here is like, me being on this, man, I could make people dance, I can make people laugh, make people cry, make people, I can bring people joy. It's like I can do so much with just music, you know what I'm
It's
saying?
so true. Okay, so now all the questions are coming now, right when we're about to rate out. Do you have like a few minutes?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay. I won't keep you too long, but sometimes I do, but I'll respect your time. So we're going to shoot the questions out fast, you guys, because I know everyone's got questions, which is great. I love this. So the next question is, Mimi Berry, what keeps you grounded? That's a question I like asking too,
Um
especially in
my
entertainment.
my upbringing, uh my family, my mom and pops. Um, Hyattsville, that's where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? Hyattsville keeps me. Hyatt, Hyattsville is a small town, but you know, I always I always felt like we were like overlooked. So it's like I just you know I love the underdog. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm an underdog. So you know what keeps me grounded is that my faith in knowing that everything's gonna be fine. You know what I'm saying? And you know just be your. There's no better you than you.
So
Everybody,
true.
everybody's out here like, bruh, there's no better you than you. Be you, and you'll be the best person. You know what I'm saying? And that's what keeps me grounded is, you know, meeting certain people in my life that have given me, stuff to take as much as I've given them stuff to, you know what I'm saying, take. It's just everything to me is a give and take. I don't like relationships where, you're not hearing me out or I'm not hearing you out. You know what I'm saying? We got to be able to hear each other out.
So true. Wow. Three-time flame, and you're far from an underdog, you know. If you're an underdog, then I don't know what I am, but you're far from an underdog, that's for sure. Three-time flame, and I love your humility. I really, really do. Like,
Oh, thank you.
I can just see it coming through even in this interview, and I think it's just really awesome meeting really genuine people because it's far in between in entertainment, and yeah, it's just refreshing meeting people that show humility as well. I think that's really key and important.
No, I
Uh,
appreciate it.
Three-time flame says, "Did you play sports growing up?" I know you mentioned basketball.
Yes. I first I wrestled. I played a little bit of football. And basketball was my love. That was like the real thing I loved. That was I played a little bit of baseball, but basketball was like my real. I loved basketball. Those are like the three sports I played: wrestling, football, basketball.
Yeah, nice. And Zayrick56 says,
Zayrik is my dad,
"Oh, Zayrick. Okay." He goes, "Well, I have a feeling it's leading into him then."
of
Because
course.
he goes, "Where?" Because we covered it in the beginning with your parents,
Yeah.
starting off with
Where do I
your
get my
pops.
my musical knowledge? I mean, my dad used to. He used to put. My dad used to put. Um, this is like 87, 88, 89. I'm not.
He looks like an artist. I wish I could blow up his picture. I can't. He totally looks like an artist right now.
You remember earlier in the stream today, I was like, I played a Heavy D song, and I was like, "What year did this come out?" Everybody said 89. You remember that?
89, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, I was 9. You said you was 11, right?
Yeah, we're gonna keep that
Oh,
quiet
all
now,
right,
though.
all right, okay.
I have to lie about
Hey,
my
listen,
age
you
now.
don't, you don't, you don't,
I'm
you
just
don't
joking.
look that age at
I'm
all.
just joking. I have to now lie
But
about
my
my age.
dad was putting like, you know, Jungle Brothers, Queen Latifah, MC Light, Def Jet. Like he was putting stuff like that inside of my stocking, like
Oh,
Christmas stocking.
really? Oh, that's
Yeah.
so awesome.
But imagine I'm 7, 8 years old.
That's
Like,
so cool. Can your
you know,
parents adopt I want them to adopt me so I can get some CDs and music. That's actually really dope to do. But probably at 7, 8 years old, you didn't want that, right? Did you want that? You
it was
wanted, like
pretty cool.
oh, it was? Okay.
'Cause I mean, this was hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
none of my other friends was getting this. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, for me, it felt like everybody was getting it, but I realized that I was the only kid that was getting that.
Yeah, that's true.
It
Ooh,
seemed,
this
it seemed like all my friends were doing it, but when I would go see them, I'm like, yo, look what they're like, how you get that? I'm like,
yeah, that
my
is
dad gave
super
me this.
that's dope. Wow, your parents seem so cool. I would roll with your parents for sure. DJ LaFemme the Gem says, "Do you remember the very first song you played on your turntables?" Ooh, that's a good
Yes,
question.
I I burnt these two records up. Dougie Fresh, Keep Rising to the Top.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
you know what song that
Yeah,
is, right,
yeah,
honey?
of course I know what
Come
it
on,
is.
I
Yeah,
that was my practice record. I
still
practiced
play it.
I practiced with that record. I put in at least 9,000 hours on that one record for sure.
Wow, crazy. I'm still looking quickly here to see if there's one any
So you
more
got the juice
questions.
now.
Yeah, it stirs the souls like, "So you got the juice now."
Hey,
Uh,
nah, I'm still trying to get the juice. Look. Look at this right here. Tell me if you ever seen this, Honeyful.
Oh my gosh, Capri Sun. I don't drink juice. Too much sugar in it.
Oh, too much sugar?
Too
Capri
much
Sun.
sugar. Too much sugar.
Oh my God.
Water. You got to
I
stick
can't
with water and lemon.
I
How
can't
you
wait to
doing,
drink that.
Nerd Chris? It's how you doing? Good to see
Nerd
you.
Chris.
Shero Squad as well. Good to see you guys. Okay, so
Shiro Squad.
let's see here. I'm just trying to see if there's any last minute questions. Yeah, I think we got them.
Thank
Did we
y'all for
get them,
being
guys?
here, chat.
Yeah, I want to thank you so much for coming through. It's been such a great interview. Make sure for the one person in the room that doesn't know DJ Alizay, you guys are adding him. Really dope person, inside out. Does a great, unique show. Puts a lot of effort and work into his shows too, and you could clearly tell by his scenes and videos, and just always welcoming people every time they come in the room too. So make sure you guys are adding him, DJ Alizay. You could check out his whole bio profile on his social links. He's pretty much everywhere, Instagram and Twitch, Twitter.
Twitch,
Yeah. Are you on your YouTube? Was it? I can't remember if I saw you
Nah,
on YouTube. Yeah.
but I have some
SoundCloud?
ideas. I have some ideas for YouTube. Being here in New York, I got some ideas.
All right. Sounds great. Sounds
Hold
good.
on. Honey Flo got her feet done. She came in the chat like this.
Yeah, pretty much.
I remember when I first put this up, you were like, is that a girl? You remember that?
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, I
don't
wasn't sure
forget-
if that was a girl.
I
or
don't
a guy.
forget anything.
Oh man, I'm more like the little dog coming in. Sometimes I could bark like a chihuahua, and sometimes I'm just little and
This
small
is
that
Honey
way.
Flo right here. This is Honey Flo.
Oh man, what's that? Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's me. I can say that that's me. I must admit, I look so much bigger right now.
That's definitely
So much
you.
bigger on video, which is perfect. That's definitely me. But those dogs bark like they grind their teeth.
Oh my God.
I could be like that sometimes too. It's always the small people, right? DJ La Femme the Gem. I think she's my height too. Queen's girl is like, is that a girl? So I don't know if you can see on your computer, but I always leave it up to the guest if wherever they want to raid into, who they want to
Oh.
raid into. So I was going to
Oh.
leave it up to you if there is
Hold
anyone.
on. Let's do Don Champ Sound.
Oh, I don't even think I have them. Let me see here.
Yeah, Don D-O-N Champ Sound.
Don Champ Sound.
Yep.
Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. So this will be.
No.
okay, yeah.
No. Better yet, let's do DJ Guzzle.
Oh, okay. DJ Guzzle.
Yeah, G-U-Z-L. He always comes in and says what's up.
Oh, how come it's not coming up here? DJ. Do you guys know how to spell it? Can you put it in the chat?
Oh, yeah.
Guzzle.
DJ G-U-Z-L.
ZL. Oh, okay. DJ Guzzle. Okay, this is new. Okay, he's new for me. I'm following him now. All right. So, can you set up the raid, DJ J Jonah? If you can, that would be awesome.
My man Guzzle.
It's DJ Guzzle.
Yeah,
So
DJ
DJ
Guzzle, my man.
We're gonna try rating him like maybe 3 times because sometimes we miss people. Sometimes it doesn't go through. So I'm in his chat now. I'm gonna try to copy this raid. But if you could set up the raid, that would be awesome. And again, I want to thank you so much for this interview and sticking around a little bit longer. It was so much fun. We'll definitely have to bring you back again. And
thank you
I
for
hope
having
you
me.
could, yeah, and you got to come to Canada. We got to
No. It's a must.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I've never been to Canada. I think that's crazy.
You'll love Toronto, trust me. So I definitely got to talk, hopefully, to some guys too. Hopefully, try to link you as well.
Please.
Yeah. So all right. So let's see if we can get this going. See if he put the raid through. Are you able to do it? Oh yeah, he's got it going. Okay, so it's gonna be going through right now in just a minute.
My man,
So yeah.
Guzzle.
And if you want to say, like, shout out anyone before
Oh
we
man,
leave.
thank you. I mean, I'm looking at the chat now. 3-time Flame, my mama, Queen's Girl, Edge, Shiro, Nerd Chris, Scratch Wolf, La Femme. La Femme is always in my chats.
She's an amazing DJ too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mimi Burry, Disco Dern. I say their names like DC style too. But
Yeah.
love y'all. I know we about to raid out. Love y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Jay Jonah, my brother. Thank y'all, man. Peace.
All right. See you guys soon as well. Again, at DJ Alizay. He's dope, DJ. Make sure you guys add him. And it looks like it just rated through. I'm going to try one more time because sometimes it misses people. I'm not sure why it does that, but it has. Sorry?
Why? Why does it do that?
I don't know. Like it's showing that it's missed a bunch of people here. I'm not sure why that is, but it seems to happen. So I always try rating like maybe 1 or 2 more times, and then it seems to pick up everyone. But after they removed hosting, it seems to do that. So we always try.
Okay, that makes sense.
See, it missed like 6 or 7 people, and then I'll do it one more time, and then we're good. Yeah. So hopefully you get something to eat too, because I know this was probably a longer.
Oh yeah, my
for
wife is like, she's like, what's for dinner?
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much
Yeah, thank
and
you.
coming through, and we'll definitely be in touch. In these Twitch streets too,
Yes.
for
Thank
sure.
you. Thank you. Appreciate you.
All right. Have a
All right.
great night.
You too.
Okay. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.